Hey guys, hope you and the families are doing well. In this short video, I'm going to teach you how to trade the Qullamaggie Episodic pivot setup. Now, specifically, we're going to go through my trade in Tesla from October 24th. It was gapping up big in reaction to its earnings. I targeted the 5-minute opening range breakout. So I'm going to run you through step by step how to identify the trade, how to control the risk, how to mitigate the risk, and selling rules and selling guidelines to help optimize profits. We're going to go a step further though. I'm going to show you my brokerage statement, which shows you my exact time of entry and where I was also selling half of the position to free roll the trade. And I'll also take you through my pre-market look post where I'm saying here Tesla currently up 14% in the pre-market following its earnings, which were reported after yesterday's close. I'll be watching for an earnings gap up, opening range breakout, ORB opportunity as taught here, and then linking to a video. So I really hope you're going to enjoy this video. It's a very simple setup once you've learned it, but it's a very powerful setup. Before we get into it, let you know that Market Surge are today's video sponsor. If you are interested in a discounted trial, then you'll find a link to that in the description and the comment section below. So let's start off with a print screen from Interactive Brokers so you can see the time and price of my entry and also the time and price of my partial sale to free roll the trade. Now, free rolling trades is a new concept to you. Don't worry, you're going to learn about that in this video, and I think it's a very important part of trading. So on the 24th of October 2024 at 9:35 a.m. and 17 seconds, I have a buy at $247.50. Now, just under 2 hours later at 11:18 a.m. and 50 seconds on the 24th of October 2024, I'm selling half of the position at a price of $252.38 to free roll the trade. So what does that look like when we now go and look at the TradingView chart? Well, I'm targeting the 5-minute opening range breakout. So this is a 5-minute chart for Tesla on the right hand side, and we've got the daily on the left. So I'm targeting it through the high of this bar. I got a nice fill on it as well. Tesla is a nice liquid stock, so I'm buying it right here at $247.51. Okay, I've just rounded it up there because it was $247.50. So I've just rounded it up there to the penny, and then my initial stop loss is going on the low of the day by a cent, so that's going to be at 242.64, which equates to an initial stop loss of 1.97%. Then at 11:18 a.m. I'm selling half of the position at 252.38 to free roll the trade. Don't worry, we're going to come onto that concept of free rolling trades so you can learn all about that, because I think it's a really important part of trading. So that's kind of a broad brush overview there of the chart. We're now going to start going through the specifics. So whether you're a scalper, a day trader, a swing trader, or a position trader, I think there are 4 main parts to every single trade. That is, number 1, how do you identify a high quality setup? Number 2, how do you control the risk to create an asymmetric risk versus reward trading opportunity? Number 3, how do you mitigate the risk to free roll the trade? Leave yourself with half of the position, 2/3 of the position, effectively risk free, and then you go into the 4th part of the trade, optimizing profits. So what are the selling rules? What are the selling guidelines that you're going to use to optimize profits, both in terms of monetary gain but efficiency of the monetary gain? So that is the 4 main parts of every single trade. Whether you're a scalper, a day trader, swing trader, or position trader, it's identify, control, mitigate, and optimize. So in terms of the identification, how was I able to identify Tesla? Well, what I do is I run pre-market scans. So I'm looking at, okay, which stocks in the pre-market are up the most, and Tesla was coming up on my scans. Why? Because it is gapping up big on its earnings reaction. So it's popping up on my scans. I do a pre-market look post for my members as well. You can see Tesla earnings. This is at 1:47 p.m. Now, my time here in London, that is just around 45 minutes before the market opens. So you can see here, Tesla currently plus 14% in the pre-market following its earnings, which were reported after yesterday's close. I'll be watching for an earnings gap up, opening range breakout opportunity as taught here, and then you can click this link and that'll take you to a video for how to trade these type of setups. I'm also teaching you here on YouTube for free, right? So you can see Tesla, this is what the chart was looking like when I was doing that post. You can see big initial reaction. So it's popping up on my pre-market scans that I'm looking for which stocks are up the most in the pre-market, and then I'm doing some work. Okay, why are they up? Is it on the back of an earnings reaction? Is it a sympathy play that another stock in the group is gapping up big on its earnings reaction? Say, is Nvidia gapping up on its earnings and it's dragging a load of semiconductors with it, or something like that? Is it a new biotech stock that's just had FDA approval? Is it a company coming out saying, hey, we just got this mega contract award from the government, or something like that? So I'm trying to understand the news around it. So it's popping up on my pre-market screens for one of the biggest gappers. So then I understand, okay, it's on the earnings. You can go and read into the earnings if you want to as well. It was a little bit of a confusing earnings report, if I'm honest with you, but what I'm really dialed into then is, am I seeing strength? So the initial reaction to the earnings. So when the earnings come out, this is really strong action. Okay, first 5-minute bar just pushing to the upside, increase in volume. I call this bullish synchronicity. You get a synchronicity between the widespread candlestick and the high relative volume coming through. Okay, this is signaling to me that there is a lot of demand coming through here. Now, if we just focus on the first 5-minute candlestick, now Tesla is a big old boy. It's going to be on a lot of traders' radars, a lot of large operators' radars. Okay, this is not a biotech company with a market cap of a couple hundred million. Okay, it's a big old boy. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for visual evidence of strength, lots and lots of buying. So if you followed my channel for a while, you may be familiar with this bar here. Looks like a bit of a shakeout demand tail. So what does Tesla do? Well, the opening price is here at around about 244. It then trades down and reverses really strongly, and if you think about the range of this bar, it's closing in the upper 90 if not 95% of this range of this bar. So it's a really strong bar. And look at the huge relative volume. This is something to look for, huge relative volume. Now, I don't use like a vol buzz here or relative volume. I just have this here. This black line is the 30 bar average, and I can use common sense. I can use my eyes and go, wow, that is a lot of volume coming through in the first 5 minutes relative to the 30 bar average. It's mega volume coming through, and it's very, very strong. So therefore, I'm now thinking about, does the risk make sense? So the initial identification, okay, it's a stock, it's gapping up in the pre-market. It's going to be an episodic pivot. I just call it an earnings gap up because it makes more sense to me and my brain anyway. So it's an earnings gap up. Okay, I'm looking at it on the 5 minute chart. If it wasn't super duper strong on the 5 minute chart, I may then see if it kind of takes a little time and maybe it then looks really strong on the 15 minute chart or the 30 minute chart, and thinking about an ORB there. But I was really liking the action I was seeing on the 5 minute chart, and I thought the risk makes sense. So why did I think the risk makes sense? Well, I know that if I'm going to target a 5 minute ORB, I'm going to be targeting through the high of the bar. So this is a really, really simple setup. Like it's not rocket science. When I teach my daughter how to trade, I'll teach her like this setup. This may be one of the first setups I actually teach her because it's really, really simple. As soon as you get it, you're like, oh, pretty simple actually. Yeah, it is pretty simple. There's not that many variables once you have got it down. So what I'm looking for here is a powerful first 5 minute candlestick. We see that on huge relative volume. It's gapping up on the earnings. It's clearing all the key moving averages. That's just another subtlety there with the earnings gap up episodic pivot. I like it to be above all key daily moving averages. So you can see where it's here and where I'm then entering the position is above all key daily moving averages. Even better if you've seen a big old base being built and or it's in the kind of frills of being built as well. So Tesla here, it's been drifting sideways for at least a couple of months. I mean, it would be even better if it was clearing these base highs, but it's not. It may kind of stall up there. We'll see or whether it can just power through. But a big old base being above all key daily moving averages are a couple of things that I look for as well. Why do I think that? Because I just think there's more time for accumulation to go on in these bigger bases, and it's not uncommon, and it's quite common to see a stock break out of a big base, so a multi-month consolidation, potentially a multi-year consolidation, and it's actually the earnings is the catalyst for that. So anyway, let me get back on track. So in terms of the identification, looking for a strong first 5 minute candlestick, then that flows into the risk. Okay, does the risk make sense? So I know I'm going to be targeting it through the high. I'm not going to get much slippage with Tesla. It's a liquid stock, plenty of liquidity in there, and my stop loss is going to be on the low of the day by a cent. So what does that mean? Well, my entry here is at 247 and 51. My initial stop loss is going here on the low of the day at 242.64. So that means that my percentage stop loss on the position, assuming no slippage when I get stopped out, is going to be 1.97%. So just under 2%. That equates to $4.87 of risk per share. Okay, $4.87 of risk per share. Remember that number, 487. It's going to be important when we think about the free rolling, which is the next part of the trade. So $4.87 of risk per share, which equals 1.97% stop loss. Okay, now I'm thinking about that relative to the 20-day ADR percentage. Now I like my initial stop loss to be 1 in single figures, but also ideally half to 2/3 the 20-day ADR percentage of the stock. Okay, if you go into the TradingView indicators, search ADR percentage, you'll find it. There's loads of these ones around. Okay, I use the one by Armour Schluckler, I think is how you pronounce the name. So I'm thinking about my initial stop loss, which is 1.97%. You could use an ATR if you want. My brain just works better with the percentages. Okay, I just prefer thinking in the percentage. So if you want to use ATR, use ATR. I prefer ADR percentage, 20-day ADR percentage. So I know my initial stop loss, and there may be a bit of slippage when I get stopped out, but it's going to be around 2% relative to a 20-day ADR percentage of 3.45%. It's around about 2/3. That's pretty favorable. And I also know the character of Tesla is when Tesla wants to get running, Tesla can get running. So I'm then also thinking, okay, 2% initial stop pretty much relative to what Tesla may be able to do. Could Tesla go up 20% from this? I think it could. That would be 1 to 10. Could it go up 30%? I think so. That'd be 1 to 15. Risk to reward. Could it go up 40%? I don't see why not. When Tesla wants to go, Tesla can go. If you traded Tesla over the last 6 years, 7 years, 10 years or so, you know that Tesla can run and can run pretty hard. So what I'm thinking about is this initial stop loss relative to the potential reward is pretty asymmetric in nature. And I also think it is favorable, being about 2/3 relative to the 20-day ADR percentage of the stock, which is 3.45%. So therefore my entry is here, okay, on this bar here, and my initial stop loss is there by a single cent. Now I free roll the trade by selling half of the position at $252.38. So right on this 5-minute candlestick here is when I am free rolling the trade. Now why am I free rolling the trade there at that specific price? Well, that is 1 times my initial risk. Okay, so if I were to sell half of the position at 1 times my initial risk, I've effectively free rolled the trade. Can there be big gap downs? Can there be slippages? Yes, that's why I'm saying I effectively free roll the trade. So over here, my initial risk is $4.87 per share, which equates to the 1.97%. Okay, so if you do 247.51 minus 242.64, you'll get to 4.87. So that's $4.87 of risk per share. Now what I did is I sold half of the position at a gain of $4.87 per share. Okay, so that's going to be 252.38 minus 247.51 will get you to that $4.87 per share. So what I've done is I've sold half of my position at a gain of $4.87 per share, but I still have open risk on the trade for half of my position with a risk associated per share of $4.87 risk. Why? Because my stop loss is still there on the low there. So I sold half of the position here and my stop is still there. So now I still have half of my position with my stop loss on the low of this earnings gap up like this. And now I'm thinking, yippee-ki-yay. What are you going to do, Tesla? Are you just going to go on a big run like this? And then I could just go low the day, low the day, low the day, low the day, and just adjust my stop loss up like this, which could be a really effective way of managing Tesla. Could I be using, say, the 10-day as a trailing stop? I don't really want to use the 21-day as a trailing stop. I think it's going to be more a combination if Tesla really wants to start going, of just going low the day, 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 and just pushing my stop loss up like that. And ideally, Tesla goes on a big run like this. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. We will see. Much may be the market environment, but what I've been able to do in the space of about 2 hours is get into the position, hit it pretty big because of the tightness of my initial stop loss and the liquidity of Tesla as well. I've then been able to sell half of my position at a gain, and then I've still got half back to see what trend unfolds. So then we go into the optimizing profits, which is what I was just talking about with Tesla. If it really starts running, I like moving my stop loss to the low of the daily low. So just adjusting it up like this, okay, and just deliberately, I call it choking off part of the position. Like this. So if you had Tesla from this gap up here, say on the 5-minute breakout, okay, rather than going, I'm going to hold this till it closes below the 50, well, that's going to be the purple line on my chart. That wouldn't have worked very well. What if you did the 21-day EMA? Well, that didn't work very well. Even the 10-day EMA, well, that didn't work very well. Actually, what's best for Tesla is just pushing that stop loss up daily low and just moving it up there, and then you're taken out up here on this bar. So that is what I think is a good way to optimize profits on Tesla based on the character of Tesla and understanding that it's not only the monetary gain but efficiency of the monetary gain, which is the time value element as well. But hopefully I'll wrap it up there. I don't want to make this video super duper long, but hopefully that video there is instructive for you to understand the episodic pivot, understand, I call it an earnings gap up, just makes more sense to me. Understand some of the characteristics to look for, i.e. the strength in the first 5-minute candle, if you're using the 5-minute or the 15-minute or the 30-minute or the 1-minute, whatever it may be. Understand that you want to see the huge volume, thinking about your initial risk relative to the 20-day ADR percentage, understanding your free roll levels as well for whether you want to take half the position off at 1 times the initial stop loss, or potentially you want to wait to take a third of the position off at 2 times the initial stop loss, and you've effectively free rolled the trade, and then you can sit and let the trend play out. And you can think about, based on the previous character of the stock, what is going to be best to optimize profits. Is it using key moving averages like 10-day, 21-day, or 50 days as trailing stops? Or is it actually best to move your stop loss to low the daily low, low the daily low, low the daily low to optimize profits that way, both in terms of monetary gain, but efficiency of the monetary gain. So really hope you guys have enjoyed that video. Thank you for all the support on the YouTube channel. I look forward to seeing you in a future video.